Hey everyone, and welcome to this Loop Hero guide on advanced tile combinations. Now, I know the board looks kind of crazy right now, but I'm going to explain some core combinations that allow you to do some really interesting things, and these combinations aren't inherently obvious, so let's get started. The first thing you'll note is that I got some interesting movement going on with the river. The river, as most players know, doubles the effectiveness of any landscape tile. So not buildings, but landscapes, okay? So for instance, this thicket, right, if it's next to the river is going to get double the bonus. Now, what a lot of players may not actually realize right off the bat is that you can actually like double dip a little bit with this river. So if I were to put a forest right there, I would get the adjacency bonus on the left, on the right, and from the bottom. So you're not just getting 1%. Let's take a look here. So my attack speed is 103%. You can see it right there. Now this forest provides 1%, but if I put the forest here, we go from 103, okay, to 109. Okay, so just because of the triple adjacency effect here, instead of giving 1%, which is like it's what it's supposed to be, it went from 103 to 109. So you're looking at a very significant increase, and that was just a forest. I did the forest on purpose for math because it's only 1%, but like the thicket doubles that essentially, right? So it's very important that we understand that the value is huge in kind of wrapping the river around and allowing additional adjacency, okay? That's one major thing. The second thing is that a lot of players may not realize that the Storm Temple will actually burn trees. And what's interesting about this is when you couple that with the river, you get a massive increase in magical damage. So let's take a look here. So magic damage right now, I'm running 27. I got some burned forest over here, 27. When I drop this temple here, what you're going to see is a massive burn across the top there. Okay, you saw me get all that that kind of what's it called? Why I always forget what it's called. Noticeable change. Yes, I got a whole bunch of noticeable change there, and you'll note that our magic damage has jumped all the way to 39. So a very significant increase, half doubled by each landscape tile, and this one, of course, getting double the benefit from the landscape. Another thing is you got sand dunes here. Now, sand dunes, once they are attached to a river, becomes an oasis, and the oasis is very valuable. I talked about this in multiple videos. You do lose the adjacency bonus. However, the oasis no longer gives the double bonus for like the burned forest or the sand dunes, of course. The other thing a lot of people may not realize is the river. We're talking about the river a lot here, but once you touch road, whether you cross as a bridge or just kind of brush up against the road, you get a reed, and a reed will spawn a Fishman once every 3 days. So once again, if you get the river and you kind of touch or go near a road, you will get a reed which provides Fishmen. Moreover, if you get a river and you touch on top of a battlefield, you actually get a shipwreck which spawns a chest and a siren once per loop. A siren is a very interesting creature, and one that I think a lot of people are missing in their encyclopedias. Okay, so a very interesting creature right there. Moreover, I think a lot of people know this, but just in case you don't know, if you stack multiple battlefields together, you do get a blood path there. Now, one thing a lot of people may not realize is that if you have a blood grove, for instance, and, you know, a lot of players know that you can put the blood grove near a grove. What a lot of players don't realize, though, is that you can actually place them along the side of the road where there's a thicket or burned forest, which is really beneficial as well. And I'll show you, I'll cut to the next loop here, but I also really recommend that if you have a vampire mansion and a ransacked village, that you put a blood grove there, because it'll prevent the ghouls from basically cannibalizing each other and healing, and you're going to wipe them out incredibly easy. Moreover, here's an advanced combination that's a lot of fun. If you have a temporal beacon and a vampire's mansion and a bookery, what you'll get, let's take a look here at this fight, you'll get a whole bunch of interesting things. Okay, so in this case, what you're getting is a vampire mage. This is the bookery mixed with the vampire mansion, and you get a vampire mage. And what she does is she does some when she dies, she actually turns back into the tome, which provides you with additional card draw and things along those lines. When you move into the next stage here, once again, there are our chests. We got our blood clot from the battlefield, and we also have our tome and our vampire mage. Okay, let's just see here. So we're actually gonna get to the Fishman here in a second. So this is a Fishman. Here's what I wanted. So instead of having just a watcher, what you have here is, because we have the temporal beacon and a empty bookery, we actually get a watcher mage who is a cosmic mage as well. So it is it's a really interesting combination. The bookery does have an effect on both the mansion and the temporal beacon. And here's your Fishman who died rather quickly, and there's your book as well. Okay, so as I said, like, look, we're having a whole bunch of interesting there's your Siren, for instance. We have a bunch of different creatures here, a whole multitude of different opportunities for like card draw and item draw as well. And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to cut you ahead to show you a couple more fun things. Alright, here's another fun combination. When you get like a village from laying too many thickets or forests, or if you put a town then oblivion it when you have wheat fields beside it like this, what you'll actually get are overgrown fields. And what these overgrown fields do is they actually spawn a full team of field of blades in each open spot, which give a lot of rations. So if you're short on food, they give a lot of drops, and it's a pretty interesting way to kind of kill additional units as well. It's a pretty fun thing to do. But anyway, so the way you do that is, again, you put the overgrown field next to a village, or you oblivion the village here, and this will turn into a open field. Now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to show you here quickly what the effect of the blood grove has on these ghouls. As you'll see, these ghouls will just, as you can see, watch, the ghouls will not be able to cannibalize each other because the hungry grove will just eat them right away. So there was no cannibalization, no healing from the ghouls. They just were completely destroyed by the blood grove immediately. All right, guys, I hope that this guide helped you figure out some new and interesting combinations in Loop Hero. Check out my other guides above, and thank you so much for watching, and a very special thank you to all of you who are subscribed. Take care, everyone, and have yourselves an absolutely wonderful day.